Okay, we're going to have a look at making a bottle using something called the Loft Technique, which is a little bit interesting because you can do some quite weird and wacky shapes doing it this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a bunch of sketches that are kind of spaced out, and then we're going to join them all together. So let's have a little look at doing that. So I'm going to create a sketch first of all on this bottom plane, and it opens up, and I'm going to make this a kind of interesting shape. So I'm going to start off with an ordinary line, and I'm going to do a kind of diamond shape to start with. I'm doing this very quickly, I'm not thinking about it too much, and I'm going to take some shapes out of that to make it look a bit more interesting. So I'm going to come maybe like this. You can see it's locking to the points. It kind of guesses to try and make them symmetrical for me, which helps. Okay, and what I'm going to do there is I'm going to actually trim some of the bits I don't want. So I'm going to get rid of these. You can see it's making a kind of weird sort of star shape now. I'm going to hit stop sketch. Okay, so that's the very bottom of my bottle. Now I want to put what's called a offset plane. So I'm going to choose offset plane. What do I want to offset? I want to come from here, and I'm going to come up. And this is all it's going to do really is make me a kind of transparent layer. So I'm going to go 40 mil, say OK, and I'm going to make another sketch. So I'm going to go for this one, and I'm going to say create a sketch. This time I'm going to choose this offset plane, and on that offset plane now I'm going to make myself a different sort of shape. So I'll go for my line tool again. I'm going to make it a bit smaller, so I'm still in the middle. I'm going to do a diamond this time, and I'll just stop my sketch there. So that's my second shape. So now I'm going to do another offset plane, construct an offset plane, construct it from this one this time, and I'm going to come up maybe 30 mil, say OK. Same thing, I'm going to draw a circle on this one I think, so I'm going to go create a sketch on this offset plane from the center out. So I'm going to choose a center point circle. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to come out to maybe 25. See what that looks like. No, maybe 30. Make it a little bit bigger. 30. Okay. Say OK to that one. Stop my sketch. So now I've got 1, 2, 3 shapes, and I'm going to put 2 more above it just for the kind of neck of the bottle. So just 2 simple circles. So construct an offset plane from here. Probably getting the hang of it by now. I'm going to come up maybe 20 mil this time. Say OK. I'm going to put my sketch on here. I'm going to go for a circle, and this time the circle is just going to be 12 diameter. Press enter, stop my sketch. I need to do 1 more of those, the same, which is going to be the neck of the bottle then, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to create an offset plane from here. I'm going to move it up. This time I'm only going to go up 10 mil. Say OK. Put my sketch on here. Do the same thing. Choose a circle with the same diameter, so it's going to be the same size. Click OK. Stop sketch. So now you can see, if I spin this around a little bit, I've got these different shapes all sitting on these offset layers, but they're not solid yet, there's nothing to them. So I'm going to do what's called a loft. So I'm going to come over here, create a loft, and all I need to do is do them in order. So I'm going to go from the top down. So you see they go blue as I click on them, and it's saying, is that the shape that I want? I'm going to say OK, and there is my weird and wacky shape. So you can see that you could do whatever you want to do with these ones, and if you decide that you want to change it, you can still go back at any point and edit any of these things. So if I wanted to edit that middle one or this middle one, I can change the size of them and see what happens. So if I go back and I edit that sketch, so let's click off it first, edit sketch, there's my sketch. I could go back in here and I could kind of maybe make this a bit smaller and see what difference making it smaller will have when I stop the sketch, and that the diameter there is different, and so on. So I can make some weird and wonderful strange bottle shapes using the Loft technique. Okay, good luck.